Clifford, the Big Red Dog, a heartwarming kid's story. Once upon a time in the cozy town of Birdwell Island, there lived a special dog named Clifford. Clifford was no ordinary dog. He was as big as a house and had a heart just as large. His fur was bright red, making him easily recognizable and loved by everyone. One sunny day, Emily Elizabeth, Clifford's best friend, decided to take him for a walk. As they strolled through the town, the residents couldn't help but smile at the sight of the big red dog spreading joy wherever he went. However, Clifford's size sometimes caused unexpected situations. One day, while chasing his favorite ball, Clifford accidentally knocked over a fruit stand. Apples and oranges rolled down the street, causing a bit of chaos. Feeling responsible, Clifford tried to help clean up the mess, but his big paws made it challenging. Emily Elizabeth, along with her friends, quickly joined in to assist. As they worked together, they turned the cleanup into a game, making it a fun and positive experience. Despite the little mishap, the townspeople appreciated Clifford's good intentions and his efforts to make amends. From that day on, Clifford became known for his kindness, and the townspeople embraced the uniqueness that came with having a big red dog around. As Clifford continued to explore Birdwell Island, he and Emily Elizabeth encountered various adventures, turning ordinary days into extraordinary ones. From helping lost kittens find their way home to rescuing a stranded kite from a tree, Clifford's big heart and friendly demeanor made him a beloved member of the community. And so, in the heartwarming town of Birdwell Island, Clifford, the Big Red Dog, and Emily Elizabeth lived out their days, spreading joy, kindness, and love to everyone they met. The lessons of acceptance, friendship, and embracing our unique qualities were beautifully illustrated by the presence of Clifford, the dog with the biggest heart of all. Clifford Goes to Dog School, a Pawsome Kid's Story. Once upon a time in the cheerful town of Birdwell Island, there lived a lovable, oversized, and bright red dog named Clifford. Clifford was no ordinary dog. He was as big as a house and had a heart to match. One sunny day, Emily Elizabeth, Clifford's best friend, decided it was time for Clifford to attend dog school. Excited and a bit nervous, Clifford wagged his tail as they walked to the dog school. As they entered, Clifford couldn't help but notice dogs of all shapes and sizes engaging in various activities. From fetching sticks to learning tricks, the dog school was abuzz with playful energy. Miss Woof, the kind and patient teacher, welcomed Clifford and Emily Elizabeth. "Today, we'll learn all sorts of fun things," she said with a smile. Clifford took a seat, or rather, found a cozy spot where he could comfortably fit. The first lesson was about fetching, and Clifford's size proved to be an advantage. With a gentle toss, Clifford fetched a stick so big that it could have doubled as a tree branch. The other dogs barked in amazement. Next, they practiced sitting, rolling over, and shaking paws. Clifford, being the good-natured giant that he was, tried his best to follow along. Emily Elizabeth cheered him on, proud of her furry friend's efforts. As the day went on, Clifford's size became both a challenge and a joy. While he accidentally knocked over a few hurdles during the agility course, he also provided shade for the smaller dogs during the outdoor playtime. At the end of the day, Miss Woof gathered the dogs for a special treat. Today, we've learned that every dog, big or small, has something special to offer. Clifford, your big heart and friendly spirit make you unique. With that, Clifford wagged his tail proudly, realizing that being different wasn't a drawback, but a special gift. As Emily Elizabeth and Clifford left the dog school, they knew that Clifford might be the biggest dog, but he had an even bigger capacity for love and kindness. And so, the Big Red Dog and his best friend continued to share their joy and warmth with the residents of Birdwell Island, knowing that every day brought a new opportunity to learn, grow, and appreciate the wonderful differences that made each dog special. Clifford's Day with Dad, a playful kid's story. Once upon a time in the cozy town of Birdwell Island, Clifford the Big Red Dog was ready for a special day of adventures with his favorite person, Dad. The sun was shining, and excitement filled the air as Clifford and Dad set out for a day of bonding and fun. The day began with a stroll through the vibrant town, where Clifford's presence brought smiles to everyone they encountered. Dad and Clifford decided to visit the local park, a place filled with laughter, play, and the joy of being outdoors. At the park, Clifford and Dad engaged in various activities. They played fetch with a giant tennis ball, Clifford's favorite game. Laughter echoed as Dad tossed the ball, and Clifford, with his enormous enthusiasm, bounded after it, creating a spectacle that entertained both kids and adults. Next, they explored the playground, where Clifford's size turned the ordinary swings into an extraordinary adventure. With Dad's help, Clifford gently swayed back and forth, his tail wagging with joy. As they continued their day, Clifford and Dad encountered a group of children having a picnic. Dad and Clifford decided to join in the fun, sharing sandwiches and stories. The children marveled at Clifford's size, and soon, everyone was enchanted by the gentle giant's friendly demeanor. The day concluded with a visit to the beach. Clifford splashed in the waves, spreading happiness and excitement to beachgoers. Dad and Clifford built a giant sandcastle, a masterpiece that became the talk of the town. As the sun began to set, Dad and Clifford headed back home, their hearts full of joy and memories. The townspeople bid them farewell, grateful for the delightful day that brightened Birdwell Island. And so, as the stars twinkled in the night sky, Clifford and Dad rested, knowing that the magic of their day together had created lasting smiles and warm memories in the hearts of everyone they encountered on Clifford's special day with Dad. Clifford at the circus, a big red dog's spectacular adventure. Once upon a time in the lively town of Birdwell Island, Clifford, the big red dog, and his best friend Emily Elizabeth received a special invitation to the Grand Circus. Excitement filled the air as they made their way to the colorful tent filled with thrilling performances and dazzling lights. The circus was a magical place, alive with the sounds of laughter, the scent of popcorn, and the promise of extraordinary feats. Clifford's tail wagged in anticipation as he and Emily Elizabeth took their seats, ready to be amazed. The circus ringmaster, dressed in a vibrant coat, welcomed everyone to the spectacular show. The lights dimmed, and the music began as the first act took the stage. Acrobats soared through the air, leaving the audience in awe. Clifford, with his big heart and even bigger curiosity, couldn't contain his excitement. As the circus performers noticed the giant red dog, they invited him to join in the fun. Clifford became part of the act, showcasing his gentle nature and surprising agility. Next up was the daring tightrope walker. Emily Elizabeth held her breath as the performer gracefully balanced high above the ground. To everyone's surprise, Clifford offered his back as a steady platform, turning the act into an even more incredible spectacle. The circus continued with juggling, clown antics, and even a magnificent display of trained animals. Clifford, being the star of the show, received cheers and applause from the enchanted audience. As the grand finale approached, the circus performers and animals gathered in the center ring. Clifford, surrounded by newfound friends, barked happily, his tail creating a whirlwind of excitement. The circus had become an unforgettable adventure for Clifford, Emily Elizabeth, and everyone in Birdwell Island. As the curtain fell and the lights dimmed one last time, Clifford and Emily Elizabeth left the circus grounds with hearts full of joy and memories of a magical day under the big top. And so, in the charming town of Birdwell Island, the tale of Clifford at the circus became a story told with smiles and laughter for generations to come. Clifford goes to kindergarten, a big red adventure. In the charming town of Birdwell Island, a special day dawned for Clifford, the big red dog. It was time for a new adventure. Clifford was going to kindergarten. With his tail wagging and a backpack almost as big as him, Clifford, along with Emily Elizabeth, set out for a day filled with learning, friendship, and exciting discoveries. As Clifford entered the colorful kindergarten classroom, the children's eyes widened with amazement. The teacher, Mrs. Johnson, welcomed Clifford with a smile and introduced him to the class. The room echoed with laughter as the children marveled at Clifford's big, friendly presence. The day kicked off with story time, where Clifford cozied up on a giant mat surrounded by eager children. The tale of Clifford's own adventures brought smiles and giggles, turning story time into a special moment of shared joy. During arts and crafts, Clifford's big paws transformed simple paper and crayons into colorful masterpieces. The children were delighted as Clifford's artwork adorned the classroom walls, adding a touch of his big red charm to the kindergarten space. As the class engaged in educational activities, Clifford's size became an asset. He helped reach high shelves, making learning materials easily accessible to everyone. The children soon realized that having a big red friend like Clifford made kindergarten even more exciting. At snack time, Clifford sat patiently, his big eyes gleaming with anticipation as the children shared treats and stories. It was a time for bonding and making new friends, and Clifford's gentle nature made him the heartwarming center of the kindergarten community. As the day came to a close, Clifford and Emily Elizabeth left the kindergarten with hearts full of happiness. Clifford's first day at kindergarten had not only brought joy to the children, but it also taught valuable lessons about acceptance, friendship, and the magic of sharing adventures with a big red dog. And so, in the warm glow of the setting sun, Clifford and Emily Elizabeth headed home, looking forward to many more days of laughter, learning, and delightful kindergarten adventures in Birdwell Island. Clifford's Bedtime, a cozy adventure for little ones. In the heartwarming world of Clifford the Small Red Puppy, bedtime is a special adventure filled with warmth, love, and the joy of cozy moments. Join Clifford and his friends as they embark on a gentle journey, perfect for little ones preparing to snuggle up for a good night's sleep. As the sun sets over Birdwell Island, Clifford's owner, Emily Elizabeth, prepares for bedtime. The cozy routine begins with Clifford's favorite bedtime story. The small red puppy listens with wide-eyed wonder as Emily Elizabeth reads tales of magical lands and friendly creatures. Next comes bath time, where Clifford enjoys a playful splash in the tub. Bubbles float in the air as Clifford's tiny tail wags in delight. Bath time becomes a shared moment of laughter and joy, creating sweet memories that will linger in the small red puppy's heart. After the bubbly adventure, it's time to put on pajamas. Clifford's tiny pajamas, adorned with stars and moons, add to the bedtime magic. With each snug button, the little red puppy is transformed into a sleepy bundle of warmth. The bedtime routine continues with gentle lullabies filling the air. Emily Elizabeth sings soothing melodies as Clifford nestles into his cozy bed. The room becomes a haven of tranquility, and the small red puppy drifts into dreamland, surrounded by the love of family. This delightful bedtime story is part of the Clifford the Small Red Puppy Board Books collection, designed for little hands to explore. The charming illustrations and heartwarming narrative make Clifford's Bedtime a treasured addition to any bedtime routine, ensuring sweet dreams and a peaceful night for young readers and their families. So, snuggle up with your little ones and Clifford the Small Red Puppy for a bedtime adventure that promises to make the end of the day as warm and comforting as a puppy's embrace. Clifford the Small Red Puppy, a heartwarming tale for kids. Once upon a time in the picturesque town of Birdwell Island, there lived a small red puppy named Clifford. Though pint-sized, Clifford's spirit was as vibrant as his fur, and his adventures were about to unfold in the most magical way. One sunny day, as Clifford played in the backyard, he discovered a tiny, sparkling key beneath a flower pot. Intrigued, he followed a trail of butterflies that led him to a mysterious old chest tucked away in the corner. With a playful nudge, Clifford opened the chest and, to his surprise, discovered a collection of miniature toys and a dusty old map. The map hinted at a hidden world just beyond the garden gate, a place of enchantment and wonder. Determined and curious, Clifford embarked on a journey into the unknown. As he passed through the garden gate, he found himself in a realm of talking flowers, dancing butterflies, and friendly woodland creatures. It was a world straight out of a storybook. In this magical land, Clifford's small size became his greatest asset. He made friends with whimsical creatures who rode on the backs of ladybugs and sailed on dewdrop boats. Clifford's laughter echoed through the enchanted meadows, leaving behind a trail of joy. As the day unfolded, Clifford's heart swelled with gratitude for the newfound friendships and magical moments. The tiny key, a symbol of discovery, had unlocked a world of wonders beyond his wildest dreams. As the sun began to set, Clifford bid farewell to his enchanting friends and, with a heart full of joy, retraced his steps through the garden gate. Back in his familiar backyard, Clifford knew that the magic of the small red puppy extended far beyond his size. It radiated from his kind heart and the adventures he shared. And so, in the cozy town of Birdwell Island, Clifford continued to be the small red puppy with the biggest heart, forever cherishing the magic that came with being pint-sized in a world brimming with wonders.